I wanted to sit outside by my hydrangeas today, but the air conditioner is right there making all kinds of noise, and the neighbors have a weed eater going, and I don't think it's going to work. Hey everybody, it's me, Margaret. I'm a Mississippi native transplanted to Atlanta, Georgia, where I sheepishly share things I love with you. Most of the time, those things are knitting, crochet, and sewing. Today, I am wounded, but I have good news on that front. Sweet Jana, who is Jana's Favorite Things on YouTube, did a special little video for me to explain about tennis elbow, which is technically a knitting crochet incident for me, for a lot of us. It's too much pressure on this one tendon back here, this repetitive motion type situation, which causes inflammation and pain. And it has been getting worse, and I went to the doctor, and she took the time to tell me exactly what her doctor said to do, one of which was in buying one of these braces. And oh my word, what a relief. Now I will tell you this, oh, and I'm going to link her video down there, because in the comment section of my video, tons of people are experiencing this same phenomenon with our craft. So it's something that you may need in the future, if not now. But the way this thing works is that there's like this little pad thing behind here. I don't even know if it's possible to see it. It extends off right there. And you want to place that in front of the tendon, in front of that place that's sore. Apparently it takes some pressure off the tendon or something. I don't know what. So I go to Walgreens, and there were three choices, three different prices. I had no idea which one was better than the other, so I picked the one in the middle. There were really no true instructions on how to use it. They just said put it on and put it under the sore part. That was it. So it took me, probably about 15 minutes to finagle exactly where I thought that it might be. When I hit the right spot, it was like, oh, almost immediately I found that I could do things without feeling some of that pain. And I wore it for 2 days and saw a considerable difference. Now, I will tell you that I am... I don't care to be wearing it out in public if I don't have sleeves on to cover it up, simply because I don't like answering questions, and I'm not going to sit there and tell a lie. How did it well, what happened to your elbow? Because it's kind of unusual if you don't know what it's for. And I don't want to be saying, oh, I have a knitting injury. So I wear it around the house, and it's doing the trick. And now there's something else that I want to tell you about. My mother-in-law was here a while back, and she has arthritis in a couple of joints that give her some trouble. And the doctor told her about this lotion that she needed to get, a topical lotion. Now, my mother-in-law is she's got a country background, and she doesn't place any value on my organic eating and chemical-free eating and things like that, chemical-free cleaning. She doesn't think any of that is worth talking about. But the product that she has recommended to us from her doctor is actually an essential oil blend. It's all natural, so she knows absolutely nothing about essential oils and what they can do, their benefits and whatever. So because she raves about this stuff, and I knew that she really didn't know anything about essential oils, if it was working for her, then it must really be something special. So I said, well, what's the name of it? It's called Two Old Goats. What it basically does is reduces inflammation. It has some camphor in it, so it has a slight reminiscent smell of Bengay, though it's not nearly as harsh as that, and the smell dissipates rather quickly, but it does help. And because we love our crafts and we're so passionate about it, we don't want to stop, we irritate this inflammation, and it makes it worse. Now, anytime you have inflammation, I think everybody knows by now in 2017 that you need to avoid sugar when you are dealing with an injury of any kind. Well, actually, we all should be avoiding sugar all the time. There's nothing good about sugar except to our taste buds. But especially when you're trying to fight inflammation, because it causes inflammation all over the entire body.
And certainly in areas that are trying hard to repair itself. It's part of the way the body is trying to repair itself. But you're not helping things by amping up inflammation. You want to reduce the inflammation.
And that's why your doctor will sometimes recommend ibuprofen and things like that too, because they're anti-inflammatories. So anyway, 2 old goats, the brace, and some occasional icing is giving me some relief, but I haven't gotten anything done. Well, at least nothing to write home about. I'm plugging away on sock number 2 of this Pebbles pattern that I really love so much from the yarn that Erin had given me, and I could only do a few rows at a time, and then I begin to feel it again in my elbow. So I'm really trying to rest it right now. But that doesn't mean that I don't have anything to share with you about this crazy passion we have. In recent videos, we've been talking a lot about choosing colors. And I shared the Design Seeds website that pulls out colors from photos, and Kathy Tinkler introduced us to the Pippin Poppycock yarn mood boards that uses actual yarn swatches to achieve the same thing. Then Terry showed us her cardboard color wheel that she keeps with her yarn work, and now Barbara has shared Adobe's online color wheel, and you're gonna love this thing. Now I'll put the link to this in the description box below, but I'm gonna warn you that you can get lost in here. Here's how it works. You choose which color wheel you actually want to work with, but regardless, because I can't remember what all of these do from my little elementary school art classes, but regardless of what you choose, you can move these things around. Isn't that cool? See how your colors are changing underneath there? That's really fun. I love the monochromatic one too, and don't forget that you can go up and down so that you can change from shades to hues and different things like that, but that is just so pretty. If you look down here, you can, specifically move one color, and then the other ones will move to match whatever it is you're trying to do. You'll just have to play with it, but it's so cool. Now, if that's too technical for you, look what Kevin found. You know I had to check this out too, so I clicked over there, and it's beautifully simple. She's drawing inspiration from familiar things, and she suggests working with your own stash. Get in there and start organizing and cleaning out. Jan, poor Jan, she's overwhelmed right now. But anyway, you'll be inspired by what you already have. Go to the yarn store, but of course be careful. You might need to keep your wallet closed tightly, but there's plenty of inspiration on the way colors are put together there. Pinterest, Design Seeds we've already mentioned, the local hardware store for paint chips, and you know what? There's also paint. All this is online where you can see all the different colors in the paint chips for the different brands of paint. But this is one I really wanted to talk about because I have mentioned this before. Way back in 2012, I specifically mentioned going in my closet, found a dress that I loved, and I also talk about self-striping or variegated yarn cakes, whatever, let the yarn makers do the work for you. Yes, but she's talking about just using these for your project. I was talking about using them for color inspiration. Well, here, let me just show you. And look at the colors in them. And the reason I fall in love with them is because they're so pretty. I don't necessarily get excited about the way they work up, but the colors that they put together are always so, I don't know, I'm just drawn to them. They go together well. Here's some colors I never would have put together. Very bold, like I would never have chosen that aqua and red in the same thing, but yet all together looks great. Purples, aqua, blue, greens, really pretty. And it's funny that it occurred to me that apparently I'm drawn to those colors because, look at this maxi dress. I got to looking in my closet, and these are very similar colors that all look good together. So I also looking through my closet, and lo and behold, I found this dress, which was a cocktail dress that I had last spring, and again, colors that I like together that would be easy to choose and make, you know, scarves and beanies that would look really good. Here's a different version, warm colors instead of the cool ones that I keep picking. But that's where I'm getting my yarn inspiration from lately, and I have a queue about as long as my arm of the things that I want to work on coming up shortly. Last Saturday we went to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, and I was struck by the profusion of color everywhere we looked. So I snapped these pictures. Now I want to mention that carrying this camera really hurt my elbow a lot, so try to avoid heavy things if you're carrying it around.
Hi Margaret, I'm Ella. This is my entry for your giveaway. I first subscribed to you when I was extremely pregnant with my son last year, and I couldn't do anything but like sit around and watch YouTube videos. And I found you just from watching like Aaron and stuff. But he's now a year old, so it's been a while. But I'm currently working on projects for our county fair, which is this September. And their rules is you have to make whatever you're entering into the fair that year, you know, like, so since I'm entering to this September, I have to, you know, from January till September I have to make stuff. So I've got like 15 categories that I want to enter, because last year I only entered 3 and 1 in all 3. But so far I've made a cute little baby sweater that I just have to put buttons on, and it has matching booties and a hat. I've made a Christmas ornament. It's a little sheep. I've made a stocking. A little close. I have a baby blanket and some hats and things, and I'm currently working on, no, it's not a scarf, it's going to be a wreath, a Christmas themed wreath. But I don't know what else to say because I'm a nervous wreck. I'm also going to put in a little bit of my yarn stash. We just moved, so it's still in boxes, but you know, whatever. And I've always wanted to start my own yarn YouTube channel, and I might do it one day, but I'm always worried I'm not going to have enough content and stuff, but who knows, we'll see. Bye! Okay, this is my yarn stash so far. It's in boxes from where we moved, and I want to put it on shelves eventually. But this tote right here is my dark colors: blues, greens, grays, blacks, browns. This is my girly colors: pinks, reds, whites, yellows, purples. This is all variegated and self-striping and all that stuff. This is yarn for current projects that I'm working on for the fair. And this box is bits and bobs. This is like leftover bits of all these ones for when I make dolls. And this is all currently in my son's bedroom until we get things situated.
Hi Margaret. My name is Donna, and I'm a knitter and crocheter from Minnesota, but I prefer knitting. I'm going to share with you one little tip that I've found very helpful when I'm using interchangeable needles and cables. I use one of these silicone jar openers to hold on to my needle so I can tighten it more effectively. Oops. And then I dropped it. Okay, here we go. Because sometimes my fingers are just too slippery to get it tight enough, and as I'm doing a project, they keep loosening up. So with this silicone grip, I get a very good purchase on the needle part and can easily tighten it. So I keep this in my supplies. I learned to knit at a very young age by my mother teaching me. And right now what I like to do are make shawls. So here are 3 different ones that I've made. Love to make them, but I can't figure out how to wear them on myself. Here's another one. And kind of a rainbow colored one. They're so much fun to make, and they look so cute on everyone in pictures that I see on Ravelry. But when I try it on myself, it just doesn't seem to look right. I'll keep trying though. I also like to make hats, Barbie doll clothes, scarves. I've done some mittens, of course, a lot of dishcloths, and I just always have a project going. I find it very relaxing. Anyway, I would like to be entered into your giveaway, and I look forward to seeing your next video. Thank you.
Hello Margaret, it's me Josie from England. Thank you for this opportunity, and you think you're so brave. It's scary, very scary doing this, but I wanted to join in. So this is my latest thing I've made that I've just finished for my friend. It's a top, just knitted feather and fan, little top for her. But the thing I'm most proud of is my Teddy Cum Rabbit. My ears went a bit wonky, but he's cute. He's got dungarees, he's got a little duffel coat and a little backpack that and I'm going to make him a little sister to go with him, but not as big ears. So I'm on with a little dress for her at a minute. Now I'm going to get the bias binding things out, and I'm going to get on with the skirt. And it's lovely to meet you. Thank you for this opportunity, and have a nice day. Bye bye.
Hey Margaret, and hey all my new friends. My name's Joanna. I live in southern Louisiana, which is across Lake Pontchartrain from New Orleans. So when I was a little girl, around 8 to 10 years old, my grandmother taught me how to crochet, but I never really did much with it. I didn't even make a pot holder. So fast forward something years, my granddaughter was born about 22 months ago. Someone gave her a little crochet sweater, and it was so cute, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I can make something like this. If I remember how to single and double crochet, all I have to do is follow directions, right? So I never did make a sweater, but I made lots of other things. I didn't make a sweater yet. But look, I learned this, I think you called this the camel stitch, Margaret. This is one of your tutorials, and it's like this chain stitch that's on the outside, which I thought was really pretty and unique. I made some other things, all kinds of little baby things, but here's like a little pair of booties and a teddy bear hat and a little chickie hat. And I made this past Thanksgiving, this little turkey hat, and his little feet hang off the ties. And this really cute hat was made out of carrot cakes with a Celtic weave stitch. So I'm learning, I'm all over the place learning all kinds of things, and I'm loving it. So it was so nice to meet y'all. See you soon. Bye.
Hey Margaret, this is Brenda Estes. I live in West Tennessee, and I love to quilt. As you can see, I've got a scrap quilt behind me. I've got this little thing that I made to put over my chair. If you can see that. And I've got another quilt that I'm working on right now, and it's got little bunnies and stuff like that on it. So that's kind of the quilting that I've been doing. I've got lots of quilts that I gave to grandchildren and children, and so most of them I give away. And then I also enjoy doing purses or project bags, and I've made some like this with the pull string, and then I've made some with the zippers, and then this is one of them that I absolutely love, and I keep my socks inside of it, and it's got the little handle like this, and then you can drape it like that. Birds and flowers are my favorite. Then I love to crochet. I make little hats and another little hat. I did a bunch of them one time for a school, and the kids would wear it and had the initials of the school and all on it. Those went really well. So anyway, that's what I do. And I love your videos. I look forward to them every day. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Shan. I have a channel on YouTube called Shan's Crafty Corner, which I started about a year and a half ago now as a way to meet other knitters and crocheters, and it is my social life, to put it bluntly, because I am a single parent. I haven't seen a night out in about 4 years, and that is no exaggeration, it really isn't. But I've always knitted and crocheted in the evenings. That's my little social life. So someone suggested to start a channel to maybe put myself out there, and it's the best thing I ever did. I think the crocheting and knitting community, they're so fantastic, and everyone is so supportive, and I've made so many close and great friends, and had advice and help from so many amazing people on here. It's been mind-blowing, and for me that's the best part about YouTube and this community in general. I just want to show you one thing I did make before I started YouTube, just before I disappeared. So the prized thing and the best thing I have ever done was my son's rainbow blanket. I'm not going to be able to fit it all in, but basically it's just an 8 by 10 crochet granny squares. And the story behind this was we'd not long moved in here, and Christmas was coming up, and I wanted to make something for my son, but I didn't have a lot of money, but I wanted to make something really meaningful and heartfelt that maybe he could pass down as he got older. And I've been doing granny squares on and off for a long time, and I thought, let's be adventurous and find 80 different colours and join them all together. And this is what happened, this is what came of it. I was working on this from literally the beginning of August until Christmas Eve. And it was hard work. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and there's an awful lot of tears in this, because I've never joined squares until this blanket, and it's been absolutely amazing, and he loves it. It's summer now, that's why it's in here, but it's just so nice to be able to make something that could be passed down, hopefully maybe in the future. And that's all I've got to say really, so thank you for watching everyone, and have a good one.
Hi, my name is Grace, and I have a YouTube channel named GB Maltese. I wanted to come on here and say hi, and thank you, Margaret, for inviting me over. I really appreciate it. I'm going to quickly tell you about myself. I've been crocheting for about 5-6 years, and my passion is to crochet for charities. I've done hats, scarves, prayer shawls, and now I'm into making twiddle muffs. These are I'm making these to give to some of the nursing homes in our area, and they are used for dementia and Alzheimer patients. And I have used, you just make a tube, I used about 40 chains to get it started with a J. Now I used an L hook, and then this is a worsted weight. You can make whatever size you want, and I use different stitches, different types of yarn, and I'll be adding other pieces. The thing that they said was to make sure your things do not fray, that you hang on there. So when I put the ribbon on here, I'm thinking, oh, that's going to fray. Well, I found out that if you run a flame close to it, it will melt it, and there is no fraying. You can do whatever you want to, and it's not going to fray. I also found out people use soldering irons for that, and they even use it to cut out materials. man-made materials, synthetic materials, and it will fuse the fabric so that it doesn't fray. I thought that was a kind of an interesting little tidbit. Anyway, I also have this that will go on the inside of the twiddle muff. That will make it softer and smoother. I want to say thank you for letting me have a little bit of your time. And again, Margaret, thank you for inviting me. And could I please have that recipe that you did for the lemon cookies? Those were so delicious. Bye.
Now, Grace, I don't think that was me that did lemon cookies for several reasons. One is I don't remember any such thing, but you can't go by that because I can't remember what I did yesterday, so we can throw that reason out. But I'm also pre-diabetic and am not going to be sitting around baking cookies. And two, I don't like to cook. So I don't think that was me. So I told her, I wrote it down in the Facebook group as a reply. Now I'm sitting here thinking about lemon cookies. I want to eat some lemon cookies. Who made lemon cookies? We need to know. Okay, let's do a giveaway. We have 3 of these to give away. 2 of them are in a pinky red color right here, but it's a crochet kit from Old Shark that had all these things in, and I will put a link in the description box below to the original giveaway instructions and where I showed you all the things that are in here. And we will keep this giveaway open because I'll draw for 1 of these today, and then we'll have 2 more to give away. So if you want to enter, go ahead and send a video via social media. You'll have to watch the original video to hear all the parameters. And remember, I'll put that link in the description box below. So last week, Caitlin and Dina won these things, and so we have everybody else still entered. So that's a total, I'm going to put 15 in there, but of course if the random number generator gives us a 2 or a 4, we're going to draw again. So let's go over here to that. Minimum 1, maximum 15, generate. And the winner is 12. So we pop back over here and we see that 12 is Joanna. Good, because Joanna had to enter twice. So Joanna, send me by private message your mailing address and I will get you a crochet kit in the mail as soon as possible. So everybody be thinking, all these have shown up on the our Facebook group, and so you're welcome to join the Facebook group and do it that way, which I'm thinking turns out to be the easiest. That's what everybody is choosing to do. Some people have put it up on their YouTube channel and then linked over there in the Facebook group, so consider that. But this has been fun and I love having the visitors, so thanks for sharing, everybody. So we're keeping this giveaway open a little while longer because we've got at least 2 more of the crochet kits to give away from the Old Shark company, and we're having a great time with it. So let's go ahead, jump in there. If you've been watching my videos for any length of time, then you may have met Sister Margaret Mary along the way. I met her and we were in a video together. She's from Kentucky and she's been with me for a really long time. And Sister is obviously a nun, and she's a teacher, a music teacher, a very gifted musician, and she also has a crochet club that she has started at her school. But the kicker here is that Sister is visually challenged, and she has developed her own adaptive crochet technique, which she has a video on, by the way. And what she can create with this adaptive technique is pretty impressive. Now, she has this music program at school, and of course, what's the first thing to get cut when there is money issues? The arts, right? And so her entire music program is funded by fundraising. And in October, every year, she has the kids and herself and some friends create crocheted items or any kind of craft items, and they sell them in their booth at the fair. Now, I just got an email from her the other day, and the title of it is Crochet SOS. And let me read it to you. She says, "Hi Margaret, our school is having a craft fair in October, I think the 14th. I'll have to check the date. The craft fair is to benefit the school. Sister Elizabeth Ann said that I can have a table to sell items to support the music program." Now this is all normal. "I've been crocheting, but not much due to my left hand, bottom thumb joint. Actually, it doesn't feel too bad today. Lately it's been hurting. The bones in the thumb joint are rubbing together. I may have to live on steroid injections. Oh, do they hurt. The next thing would be major hand surgery. Yikes. The doctor said to wait until I am in pain 24/7, so they really want to put this off. I don't want any more surgery on my left hand. Can you put out an SOS for crochet items? I'm looking for things that can be used for Christmas gifts, baby sets, baby afghans, I guess anything. Thanks in advance for your help." All right, so here's what I proposed. I wrote back to her and I said, "Does it have to be crochet?" She said, "No, any kind of craft item would be great that she could sell at the booth." So, as we have been talking about giving of ourselves, turning straw into gold, where we talked about using acrylic yarns and things like that, if anyone is interested in giving a hand to Sister's program, because this is putting a big dent in her money, you wouldn't believe what she could crank out to sell at the fair. So I thought maybe as a group, if anyone was interested, that they could make some precious character hats or baby sets or whatever you want to. And you could even sew them if you're sewing, because now that I know that we have so many sewers out there, not supposed to say that, sewists out there, that would be a great thing too. So I am going to put her contact information down in the description box below, and we'll talk a little bit more about this through the summer and all, because we have it's in October, so let's keep that in mind. So let's start thinking right now about some cute things that we could send for her to sell, if you want to join in for that. So I guess that's all for now. I do have some sewing to show. I finished my Jungle Book dress, and I have mixed feelings about it, but I will talk more about that in a separate sewing video that I don't have time to shoot today. So we will talk soon. Bye.